Hey, I'm Emily. Welcome to my channel. I'd say welcome back, but you've probably never been here before, and that's okay. I'm fairly new to YouTube. Today what I'm going to be doing is an at-home eyelash tint and perm. So I have had blonde eyelashes and eyebrows my entire life. It's been one of my only weaknesses. It's part of being a ginger. It's just part of who we are, and I wanted to professionally get them done, and I did, and it cost me $80 to do both of them, but both of them only last a couple weeks, and so I don't want to have to spend that kind of money regularly. I ended up a couple weeks later buying some stuff online and doing it myself, and I liked my results better than when I got them professionally done. That's just my experience with it, and it's cheaper because I use the 1,000 hour eyelash lash and brow dye that I got off of Amazon, I think for like $13. I don't know, I'll have a link in the description below. And then I bought the lash lift kit by Tint.
Wow.
And this was only like $28, I think. So even just buying this itself is cheaper than getting it done once. And these have multiple uses out of them. And the first time I actually dyed my eyelashes and permed them, I did it whilst I was playing a board game. And so I ended up not being able to see out of my left eye for about a day. It wasn't like I was blind, it was just, everything was kind of blurry, you know? So I did it again a couple weeks ago, and it turned out a lot better because I took my time and, you know, read the directions and did it properly. So today I'm going to be doing that for y'all, showing y'all how I did it and just to see how easy it is to do it at home. I truly believe that you can learn anything off of the internet and YouTube. And so I'm going to be doing a couple videos like this where I show y'all how to tint my eyebrows. I do at-home acrylics, at-home gel, you know, just do-it-yourself type deals, especially in beauty. I feel like there's a lot that you can learn on YouTube without having to get, you know, a cosmetology degree or anything like that. If you're doing it with other people, I would suggest getting a degree or getting a certificate in cosmetology or something beauty related. But if you're doing it yourself and you don't care that you might be partially blind or have horrible reactions, then YouTube and the internet is where it's at. Let's get started. So I'm going to start out perming my eyelashes, and I'm using the Lash Lift Kit, again like I said before. And in the kit, it comes with, I've already opened it and used it, but it comes with the lash glue, and it has the perming solution, it has the setting solution, nutrition, and the cleanser. And I don't really use the cleanser as much because I kind of use baby oil instead, and that's what I like to do. I don't use the nutrition a whole lot either. So really it's just the perm and the fixation lotion that I use. And they also gave you some lash glue that you use to glue on the silicone pads that I'm going to use and to glue on your lashes to the silicone pad, but I don't really like that glue also, so really I'm only using 2 or 3 things in this kit, but that's fine. But I use my own lash glue. I use the Duo. This is just what I use for my fake eyelashes. So the kit also comes with these little silicone eye pads, and they have different widths in them, and usually the smaller one is going to give you the more like straight up curl. They have bigger ones if you have longer eyelashes that'll make them more curly instead of more like up straight, you know. But I have teensy eyelashes, so I want them to be like up, and so I use a small one. I do trim them because I have small eyes. They come pretty long, so this is the medium one I haven't trimmed, and this is the one I have trimmed. So they come pretty long, so I trim them according to your eye shape, just like you would do any other eye product like fake eyelashes or anything. So to start out, I'm going to be taking my lash glue and my silicone pad. Make sure that you clean your eye, wash it off with some baby oil and my cleanser earlier, and just let it dry. Make sure there wasn't any makeup or anything on it. And I'm just going to take my eyelash glue and put it on the silicone pad and place it on the eyelid. And so after you get it adjusted and you look like Rocky Balboa after he just lost a fight, then I'd wait just a little bit just to make sure that it's adhesed, that it's stuck to your actual eyelid. And the next step I'm going to use, you can use toothpicks. I have this little cuticle pusher backer thing, and I'm going to use this to stick my eyelashes to the silicone pad. So now I'm going to take my eyelash glue and I'm going to start at the end. I'm going to put some on the silicone pad. So after you put the eyelash glue on the silicone pad, before you start putting your curling your eyelashes into the glue, I let it set for a little bit just to make sure that it's tacky so the eyelashes will actually stay on. So I let it dry for a few seconds, and so now I'm going to go in with my cuticle pressure backer or toothpick or whatever you got and just start slowly rolling the eyelashes up into the glue. And you'll have to do it a couple times just to make them stick. So after you have them glued on and adhesed, I think that's the correct word, adhesed to the silicone pad, it says to wait about a minute for it to truly stick and to make sure that it's tacky, and so whenever you start adding solutions to it, it's not going to knock the eyelashes out of the glue. So I'll be back in a minute. And I'm back, and I'm going to start the actual perming process. First one I'm going to use is the #1 perming lotion. I just use a Q-tip. None of these solutions smell good. I'm just going to forewarn you. Yeah, it doesn't smell good at all. Stick it in there. And start applying it. You want to make sure to get it, get the majority of it closer to the base of the eyelash where it's going to curl the most. Okay, then after you have the solution on, it says to use and this is what I did last time too, use a plastic cling wrap or a saran wrap and just place it over there so make sure it holds the eyelashes in place and so they don't fall or start going down during this process. And this will help get any stragglers that weren't fully secured to the glue. A lot of times if you have invisible eyelashes like me, you can't always see them. So this just helps get all the lashes. And so now you let this set for 8 to 12 minutes. I'm probably going to do closer to the full 12 just to make sure that they're fully curled. And I've done this before so I know it's not going to irritate my eyes. So it's been about 12 minutes, so I'm going to remove the plastic now. And so after that, you just go in and just kind of wipe off a little bit. You don't have to be aggressive with it. It's okay if there's still some left on it. Oh, it sounded very southern. Left on it. Just wipe off a little bit, and then we're going to go in with the #2 solution. This is the Fixation lotion. And so the same process for the first one, just put it on and kind of get it closer to the root of the eyelash. Try not to get it in your eyeball. So after you have liberally applied the blue fixation solution onto your eyelashes, you'll do the same thing. You cover it up with the plastic and then wait another 8 to 12 minutes. So a lot of this process to this isn't difficult, it's just time consuming. And so that would be the benefit if you were to get it professionally done, is that she can do both eyes at once, which I wouldn't recommend doing yourself. I wouldn't recommend doing both eyes at the same time. But she could do both eyes at the same time, and it's just quicker and you don't have to worry about it. But for me, I prefer doing this. Also because I'm very socially awkward, so asking people to do stuff for me, like eyebrows, eyelashes, nail salon, freaks me the heck out. So if you're like me, losing the hour that you'd spend doing the other eye is worth it. So I'll see you back in 12 minutes. So I still have a couple minutes left on this, like 2 minutes, and so I'm going to go ahead, and the step after this is to mix the tinting stuff. So again, I'm using the 1000 Hour Lash and Brow Dye, and I'm going to mix this in a little bowl. They have a little bob that you can mix it in, but I didn't like it a whole bunch. And they also have a tool that you can mix with, but I didn't like those either. So I'm using the other side of this mechanism. I use the color Blue Black. It's supposed to be more of a black. It's supposed to be just a little darker than the black brown that they have. I'm And I'll go in and I'll put a little turd right there. And it looks blue. It looks scary, but I promise that, what's the word? I promise that it oxidizes or sets a different color. After I put the blue in there, it says, I think it says 10 drops of this, but I just kind of eyeball it. So I just put a little bit in the corner. I like to use this bowl, so if I do end up putting a little bit too much solution, I can easily just kind of drain it out. But it does take a little bit of work to mix it in there. Another little turd. So now that the dye is ready, I'm going to go ahead and remove this and take another Q-tip and then just kind of wipe off the excess. You want to wipe off a little more than the other solution just because you want to make sure that the dye is able to get to the eyelash. So now I'm going to take a Q-tip again and put it in our solution. You want the solution to be a little thick. And then I'm going to carefully, because this is the time that I blinded myself. This is the step that destroyed me last time when I wasn't paying close enough attention. After you get a good coat on your lashes, it's supposed to wait 10 minutes and then come back and we'll cleanse it off. So I'll see you in 10 minutes. Also, I got a little bit in my eye. And it burned a little bit, but just don't panic when that happens. And I just took a Q-tip and kind of just wiped a little closer. So be careful when you're placing it at the edge because it does sting a little bit if it gets in your eye. It's nothing terrible, it's just uncomfortable. So just be aware. But I'll be back in 10 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and do my bottom lashes too. So I'm going to take the same solution, and if you're worried you can put stuff under your eyes. I don't think this really stains the skin that much, or it has in the past. It probably will this time because I said that. But I'm just going to take my solution. I can't open my eyes very wide. Haha, that's scary. And so after you get your bottom lashes, I'm just going to go in with a Q-tip and go under and just try to get some off my skin. I know this looks insane, but I promise it's not that bad. Okay, and I'll be back in 10 minutes. So things are low-key starting to fall apart, but we're still okay. I got a little bit of this look from Crying Black. It's terrifying. This is gonna be my thumbnail. It's me crying black. But I think putting them on the bottom lashes, it got a little bit in my eye and it's all over my hands, but I'm still optimistic. I just wiped off the bottom ones, and even though I'm still crying, it's fine. I'm fine. Everything is fine. I don't believe me either. Last time I didn't dye the bottom lashes, and so I think whenever I did it this time, I got a wee bit into my eyeball, and now my eyeball is watering profusely. I believe that's the right adjective. It's kind of cool looking. I kind of feel like Billie Eilish, but it's okay now. I'm just closing my eyes precaution, like it doesn't burn anymore. It was only a slight burn, just enough to get your eyes watering, but I just went ahead and wiped them off with a cotton swab. Go ahead and wait the 10 minutes for the top one, and then undo it. But just be careful. Again, I'm not a professional. Don't try this at home, but try it at home, you know. So I'll be back in 7 minutes now. So I'm back and the burning has ceased, which is great. It didn't hurt for that long. My eye just watered a bunch, but the good news is that my eye watered so much that it loosened the pad, which is the next step. It's going, or one of the next steps of this is going to be removing the pad, so it's going to make it much easier. So I would recommend trying in all this process to make the removal of the silicone pad go smoother. I'll run out of Q-tips, that's a bummer. But I'm going to go in with a cotton round Just wipe off any of the excess. Remove the pad. Again, if you haven't cried in the middle of the process, I would recommend taking a Q-tip and taking some cleanser or baby oil or something and just slowly start removing it that way. But again, since I cried in the middle of it, it just popped right off. I'm going now and just remove some more. Actually, take this little towel. Like this, it looks messy. There's a lot of glue and stuff stuck to it, but I'm gonna go clean it up a little bit. So I just got a cotton swab with some baby oil. I'm just gonna go in and just clean up around a little bit. So I finished cleaning up around the eye a little bit. There's still a couple places that I need to get to, and I'll probably need to conceal my creepy veiny eyelids, but that's a finished for the left eye. You can tell that the bottom lashes aren't really tinted because they got cried off. That's okay. But I'm going to do, you know, comparison pictures and stuff because I don't know if you can tell a lot the difference between these two. The color is significantly different, but as far as the curl goes, again, this one has been curled before, but comparing the two, this one's just a little bit more curly. It's just enough, I think, to like open the eye, so it makes the application for regular curling and mascara easier. But again, it's not going to look like you're wearing fake eyelashes or mascara with just this on. It just looks like, you know, you naturally have black eyelashes. So if you already have black eyelashes, I wouldn't try to tint them. I wouldn't try to tint them, just maybe perm them. But for somebody who has invisible eyelashes their entire life, this is a big deal. And so now I'm going to go do the right eye. I'm not going to film this process. You don't need to see it again. I'll let you know if I have any more issues or any moments that could be entertaining. But unless there is, I will see you again when the other eye is done. I have returned. So I'm on the final step of my last eye. And I was messing around with the dye. Yeah, I know, probably shouldn't since I almost blinded myself earlier. But I did go ahead and put some more stuff on the bottom lashes. And I think I figured out a better technique to do that. So instead of a Q-tip, I used this and just kind of lightly brushed it on exactly where I needed to go instead of just trying to cover it up like I did this top one. And so far I went good on this eye, and I even went back and put a little bit more on the tips of this eyelash, or on the tips of the top eyelashes, just to get those a little darker. But I'm going to show you how I did this one. So I used the flat end of this. Just go in and carefully do it this way. And I think it also helped that I let the solution sit a little bit longer. So I'm actually using the same solution I used for this eye, but it's gotten a little thicker since it's set out, and so I think that helped, and to not be watery. So I suggest next time for me, and then I suggest for you to let it sit for a little bit before you try to apply it. Okay, now I'll be back when both eyes are finished. It is finished. So I took off the silicone pad, and then I went ahead and did what I did to this eye. And after the silicone pad was off, I kind of put more dye in spots where maybe I missed some, and I used the toothpick cuticle pusher thing to do that. And it went a lot better this time. There was no trauma, so I'm pleased. So right now it looks kind of crazy because my eyes are all bloodshot and purple because of all the rubbing that I've been doing on them. But so far the color I enjoyed, so even if I don't perm them every 2 months, I will probably just do what I did before and just take a toothpick or a spoolie or something and just brush on the dye and just put on like my mascara and let it sit for a bit. It's currently 1 o'clock in the morning. Is that still cool to do? I don't know. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sleep on it, and then tomorrow I'm going to get up and show the results after my eyes stop being so puffy and irritated. I'm going to bed. That was stressful. Goodbye. And look, this is like